The rain had grown heavier, and the electricity kept going out again and again. The last house of the village stood where the forest began. At night, no sound ever came from that place, except the rain and the wind. But tonight was different. A girl named Amna was alone at her grandparents' house. Her grandmother and grandfather had gone to a wedding 2 days earlier. She was not used to staying alone, but she had told herself it was only 2 nights. She would manage. After 11 at night, she felt something strange. Soft footsteps, very soft, as if a child was walking barefoot on the roof. Probably rats. She whispered to herself and started watching videos on her phone. But the sound didn't stop. It was getting closer, right above her head. Then suddenly, top, a drop fell on her forehead. She jolted up. The ceiling was dry. The rain was outside. So where had the water come from? She looked again. A small black stain had appeared on the ceiling, as if darkness itself was spreading. Slowly, the stain grew. Another drop fell. This one was warm, very warm. Amna immediately turned on the light. The stain was gone. She exhaled deeply. Just my imagination, she muttered. But then, her phone screen turned on by itself. Selfie mode. She saw her own face. And behind her, right next to her shoulder, a small face. Black hair, pale white skin, empty eyes, and a faint smile on its lips that it was so close, as if it was smelling her neck. Amna tried to scream. No sound came out. She turned around. There was no one there. The house fell completely silent. The rain had stopped. The electricity was stable now. Yet the light felt dim, unnatural. Then she heard it. Very softly. Very close. A child's voice. Amna D, will you play? The voice wasn't outside. It was inside her ear. Inside her head. Trembling, she jumped off the bed and ran toward the door. She tried to open it. It wouldn't open. The windows wouldn't open either. The house had trapped her alive. The voice returned, laughing this time. You used to say you liked being alone, didn't you? Now we're both alone. For a very long time. She tried to cry, but no tears came. Her body was growing cold. Her heartbeat slowed. Slower. Slower. Then she saw it. A small girl standing in front of her. Her face. It was Amna's face. Except the eyes were empty. And the smile. Ancient. Wrong. I'll take your place. The girl whispered. Go to sleep. You'll never feel lonely again. The next morning, when the grandparents returned the next morning, the front door was open. Inside, Amna was sitting on the bed. Her face looked normal, but her eyes were empty. She was smiling. A faint, unsettling smile. Her grandfather gently placed his hand on her head. Dear, are you okay? Amna nodded slowly. Yes, Nanu. I'm perfectly fine. Just feeling a little sleepy. But her voice, it was the same tone that had come from the roof the night before. The grandfather felt something was wrong, but he stayed silent. That night fell again. This time, there were 3 people in the house. Yet the loneliness felt deeper than before. Her grandmother asked Amna to sleep with her. Amna smiled. Nanny, I'm not alone anymore. Someone is always with me. The grandmother shivered. Amna's smile widened. Too wide. 3 Uhr nachts. The grandmother woke up suddenly. She felt someone was in the room. Amna's bed was empty, but the blanket was still warm. Then she heard it. Footsteps on the roof. Bare feet. This time, 2 sets of footsteps. One was Amna's. The other, much smaller. She woke her husband. Trembling, they climbed the stairs. The rooftop door was open. In the pale moonlight they saw Amna standing on the roof, facing a small girl. Both were smiling at each other. But when the grandmother looked closely, her heart stopped. The small girl's face was no longer Amna's. It was hers. Her own face. From her youth. Like an old photograph. But with hollow eyes. And Amna, her face was changing. Her eyes were turning black. Her skin pale, slightly bluish. The girl whispered, My turn now, Nanny. You'll play for a long time, won't you? The grandfather screamed, Amna, what are you doing? Amna turned slowly. Her voice was no longer hers. It was ancient, cold. Nanu, now everyone is together in this house. No one will be alone. We will all play. Forever. A sudden gust of wind blew. The rooftop door slammed shut. They tried to open it. It wouldn't move. From inside, Voices echoed. 3 voices. One was Amna's. One was the small girl's. And the third was the grandmother's own voice. Laughing. The next morning, villagers broke down the door. Inside, they found only 2 bodies. The grandparents, lying on the bed, eyes open, the same strange smile on their faces. Amna was gone, but villagers later claimed that night. From a forest, children's laughter could be heard. 3 children. One was Amna, one was the small girl, and the third was the grandmother. Even now, that laughter can sometimes be heard. When it rains, when the power goes out, and when someone stays alone at home. A voice whispers, "Will you play?" The game is still going on. If this story made you feel the fear of loneliness, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Because here, every story pulls you deeper. And once you enter, you're never truly alone. Tell us in the comments. Would you dare stay alone in a house like this? Or do you think someone is already playing with you? Stay close. The next story might be your turn. Will you play?